Let's look into the next question here. Two numbers are in the ratio 15:11. If the HCF is 13, find the numbers. So in the question it's given that two numbers are in the ratio. The ratio of two numbers is 15:11. So let one number be 15x and the other number be 11x. Right, so these two are let these two be the numbers. So if the HCF is 13, so since the HCF is given as 13, x can be taken as 13. What is HCF? HCF is highest common factor. So we can replace this x as 13, right? So 15 into 13 here and 11 into 13 here. 15 into 13 is 195 and 11 into 13 is 143. So these two are the numbers. So the next question is, A, B and C enters into a partnership. A invests 3 times as much as B and B invests 2/3 of what C invests. At the end of the year, the profit earned is rupees 6,600. What is the share of B? So this is our question. First we will write what is given in the question. Like first it's given that A invests 3 times as much as B. That is, A invests 3 times as much as B and B invests 2/3 of what C invests, right? So B invests 2/3 of what C invests. That is, this is the equation, that is, this is what is given in the question. We can write it as, we can find the ratio of A is to B is to C. Okay, A is to B is to C. We can write A is to B is to C in the terms of B, right? So since we want the share of B, so A can be written as 3B, right? 3B is to B can be written as B itself. Then C can be written as, since B equals 2/3 C, C equals 3/2 B, right? So C can be written as 3/2 B. Since B is common, we can cancel all the B's. So the ratio is 3:1:3/2 B. Since this is 3/2, we can multiply everything by 2 here. So the ratio will become 6:2:3. Okay, I hope this is clear, the ratio. So this is the ratio, but in the question it's given that the profit earned is rupees 6,600, right? So the share of B will be, what is the ratio here of B? It's 2, right? What is the total ratio? 6 plus 2 plus 3, which is equal to 11. What is the amount of profit? That is 6,600, right? I'll tell you once more, this is the share of B, 2. That is, the ratio here is 2. So we write it here, 2 divided by 11. 11 is, we add 6 plus 2 plus 3, that is 11, into the profit amount. It will give you the share of B, which is equal to, we cancel 11 and 6,600, we get it as 600 into 2 is 1,200. So rupees 1,200 is the share of B. So let's see the next question here. Two pipes A and B can fill a tank in 36 hours and 46 hours respectively. If both pipes are opened simultaneously, how much time will be taken to fill the tank? So in the question it's given that a pipe A alone can fill the tank in 36 hours, right? And also it's given that the pipe B, right, a pipe B can fill the tank in 46 hours. So this is given in the question. So here A can fill it in 36 hours and B alone can fill in 46 hours. So let's say what is the time taken by A, sorry, what amount will be filled by the pipe A in 1 hour. That is, in 1 hour pipe A can fill 1/36 of total tank capacity. Same case, if we take for pipe B, we can say in 1 hour pipe B can fill 1/46 of total tank capacity, right? So this we found out. The question is asked that if both the pipes are opened simultaneously, how much time will be taken to fill the tank? So this will be given by, so pipe A and B together can fill is equal to 1/36 plus 1/46. So if we take LCM and multiply, it's 36 plus 46 by 36 into 46, which is given as 1/20.195. Hence pipe A and B can fill the tank in, we take the reciprocal here and we get it as approximately 20 hours, right? This is how we get the answer. So next question we'll be discussing is, a shopkeeper allows a discount of 10% on the marked price of an item but charges a sales tax of 8% on the discounted price. If customer pays rupees 3,402 as the price including the sales tax, then the mark price is. So let me tell you what is mark price first. The concept of mark priced. Mark priced is the price of the commodity when sold in a given market. That is, the amount of the commodity in a market is the market price. So let's see the question here. It's given that from the market price a discount of 10% is given but charges a sales tax of 8% on the discounted price. Okay, so let's first take X as the mark price. Let market price be equal to X, right? Then the discounted, what is the discounted amount? It's 10% of X, right? Discount amount equals 10% of X, right? So what is the price after the discount? Price after discount, we can say that as, this is the mark price, right? This is the discount amount. So we minus X from 10% from this X. So we get it as X minus 10% of X, which will be equal to 90% of X. That is 9/90/100 X, which is equal to 9/10 X, right? So this is our price after the discount. So let's next calculate the tax amount. right? Sales tax. So sales tax we can calculate as sales tax is equal to, we calculate the sales tax on the price after discount, not on this amount. Okay, so we calculate sales tax as 8% of 9 by 10x. So this is the sales tax. Then we calculate, then we can get price after tax would be equal to summation of this amount and the sales tax. So we get that as 9 by 10x plus 8% of 9 by 10x. So we calculate this 9 by 10x plus 8% means 8 by 100 of into 9 by 10x. On solving this, we get the value as, by taking LCM and solving, we get the value as 972x by 1000. So this is the price after tax. Okay, so we have to in the question it's given, if customer pays rupees 3402 as the price including the sales tax, then the marked price is. So we have to calculate the marked price, that is X. So this amount is equal to 3402. So we can, I will write it here, 972 by 1000 X is equal to 3402. So therefore X equals 3402 into 1000 divided by 972. So we cancel 3402 and 972 and get the value as 3.5. That is equals 3.5 into 1000 is 3500 rupees. So this is the value in which the commodity is sold in the market, but the customer got it for an amount of rupees 3402. So this is the 3500 is our mark price. Let's see the next question here. A certain number divided by 175 leaves a remainder of 132. When the same number is divided by 25, the remainder is. So I will just write down what is given in the question. First, let's take that number as, let the number be x. Okay, so in the question it's given that when x is divided by 175, it leaves a remainder of 132. What we need is, when the same number x is divided by 25, what would be the remainder? Right, this is the question. So here we can see that since 25 is a multiple of 175, that is, sorry, 175 is a multiple of 25, what we can do is, we can divide the remainder obtained from dividing 132 by 25 will be same as dividing the x will be same as the remainder, right? So we can write this as 25 divided by 132, get it as 6 and 125, and the remainder would be 7. So this 7 would be same as the number 25 when divided by x. This is because 25 is a, sorry, 175 is a multiple of 25. So 7 is our answer. So let's see the next question here. The average of 5 positive numbers is 308. The average of first two numbers is 482.5 and the average of last two number is 258.5. What is the third number? So I have already written here. We can take the 5 numbers as a minus 2d, a minus d, a plus d and a plus 2d. So this average of these 5 numbers is given as 308. So while taking average, it is divided by 5 is 308. So this is given in the question. In the question it's also given as the average of the first 2 numbers, that is a minus 2d and a minus d is 482.5. So we can write here as a minus 2d plus a minus d by 2, that is average, is equal to 482.5. So the sum of these 2 numbers will be a minus 2d plus a minus d will be equal to 2 times 482.5. Okay. Then next is given that the average of the last 2 numbers is 258.5. So these are the last 2 numbers, right? That is a plus d plus a plus 2d whole divided by 2. We can write this as 258.5. That is a plus d and a plus 2d is equal to 258.5 into 2. Okay, so this is the sum of the first 2 numbers and this is the sum of the last 2 numbers, and it's also given that the average of all these numbers is 308. So we can write this as a minus 2d plus a minus d plus a plus a plus d plus a plus 2d equals 308 into 5. We bring this 5 to here. So this is what we get here. So we substitute the values of the sum of the first 2 numbers. So in the place of this, we can write this as 2 into 482.5 plus, we don't know a, so we write it here as a, and the last 2 numbers, the sum is 258.5 into 2. So this is the sum of the last 2 numbers is equal to 308 into 5. So we solve this and get the value as 965 plus a plus 258.5 into 2 is 517 equals 1540. 308 into 5 is 1540. So a equals 1540 minus 965 minus 517. We get it as 58. So 58 is the value of the third number here. So let's look into next question. Next question is simplify 8888 plus 888 plus 888 plus 8. So this is a simple problem. Like all we have to do is add all the things that are given in the question. So I am here to just give you a quick way to solve this problem. First what we do is we take the 8 as a common factor in this. So we get it as 1111 plus 1111 plus 11 plus 1. So this is we get when we take 8 as a common factor. So I will give you a tip. So if the digits have only 1 1, we write it here 1. For 2 ones we write 2. For 3 ones we write 3, and 4 ones we write 4, and we multiply by 8 and we get the answer as 2 7 8 9. So this is same as this, right? So let's take another example. Say we have 5 5 5 5 plus 5 5 5 plus 5 5 plus 5. So here how we do addition? We take the 5 outside and we get 1 1 1 plus 1 1 1 plus 1 1 plus 1. So here the number of ones here is, for this we write 1, for 2 ones we write 2, for 3 ones we write 3, and 4 ones we write 4. So we multiply 1 2 3 4 into 5, which gives 20, 2, 15, 17, 1, 10, 11, 1. Answer is 6170. So we get it in a quicker way. So we will look into the next question. I'll just read out the next question. Question is, Amit goes to market with certain amount in his pocket with which he can buy 50 apples or 40 oranges. He wants to retain 10% of the amount for taxi fare and hence buys 20 oranges. How many apples can Amit purchase with the balance amount? So we will write down what's given in the question first. Let X be the amount taken by Amit to market, right? So what is given in the question next? Cost of 50 apples. He can buy 50 apples with this amount. That is, cost of 50 apples is equal to X. So cost of 1 apple is equal to X by 50, right? And also it's given that cost of 40 oranges is also equal to X. Cost of 40 oranges is equal to X. Then cost of 1 orange will be equal to X by 40. Okay. So also in the question it says that 10% of the total amount he bought to the market is used for paying his taxi amount, right? So we can write this as amount he should pay to taxi, right? That is equal to 10% of X. He also bought 20 oranges with the amount. So the cost of 20 oranges So how we calculate the cost of 20 oranges? Cost of 1 orange into 20, right? What is the cost of 1 orange? Cost of 1 orange is X by 40. So cost of 20 oranges will be equal to 20 into X by 40, which we get it as X by 20, right? We cancel both this and get it as X by, not 20, X by 2. Okay, so we get it as X by 2 here. Then next, with the what we have to find is, with the amount that is left with Amit, how many apples he could buy, right? So for that we solve the equation like, what is the taxi amount? It's 10% of X plus the amount for buying 20 oranges is X by 2, right? X by 2 plus amount left with Amit, right, is equal to X, the total amount. So what is 10% of X? It's 10 by 100, that is equal to 1 by 10x, right? 1 by 10x plus X by 2 plus amount left with Amit is equal to X, right? So we solve this equation by amount left with Amit is equal to X minus 1 by 10 X plus X by 2, right? So this is the amount left with Amit. So we solve this and get it as x. We take the x outside and we get it as x into 10 minus 1 minus 5 whole divided by 10. We get the answer as 4 by 10x, which is equal to 2 by 5x. Right. So this is the amount that is left with Amit. So with this amount, this is the amount. So the how we have to find the how many apples he could buy, right? So how many apples is equal to total amount left, number of apples Amit could buy is equal to total amount left divided by cost of one apple, right? That is equal to 2 by 5x whole divided by, what is the cost of one apple? It's x by 50, right? By x by 50, which will be equal to, we cancel this and get the as 20. Yes, so he could buy 20 apples with this left out amount. I'll just read out the next question. A train starts with full passengers. At the first station, it drops 1 by 3rd of the passengers but takes in 280 passengers. At the second station, it drops 1/2 of the passengers but takes in 12 passengers. On arriving at the third station, it is found to have 248 passengers. Find the number of passengers at the time of starting. Okay, this is our question. We will just first write down as, let x be the number of passengers at the starting, right? So next, what is given in the question? At the first station, it drops 1/3 of the passengers but takes in 280 passengers. So the number of passengers in the train in the first platform, that is in the first station, is given by x minus 1 by 3x plus 280. So this is the total number of passengers at the starting. 1/3 of the passengers was dropped in the first station and 280 passengers was aboarded the train. So this is the number of people in the train after the first station. Okay, so in the, what is given in the second station? In the second station, it is given that half of the passengers, it drops half of the passengers but takes in 12 passengers, right? Half of the passengers were dropped, right? So in second station, the number of peoples will be half of x minus 1 by 3x plus 280 plus 12 persons were aboarded, right? So 12 plus 12. On arriving in the third station, it found to have 248 passengers. So in the third station, the number of passengers were 248. So this is what is given in the question. So if you see that in the first station, before when the train started, there were x number of people, right? In the second station, the number of people, sorry, in the first station, the number of people is equal to x minus 1 by 3x plus 280, right? In the second station, the number of people were half of x minus 1 by 3x plus 280 plus 12. In the third station, it was given the question that the number of people is 248. So we can equate the equation this and equation this. As the train has left the second station, the number of people were equal to this much. So we can equate these two. We get it as half x minus 1 by 3x plus 280 plus 12 is equal to 248. 8. Right. So we get this as half of, take the LCM here, 3x minus x by 3 plus 280 plus 12 equals 248. Then last, when we solve for x by 3 is equal to 248 minus 152, we get x equals 96 into 3, that is equals 288. So the first, in the starting, the number of people are 288. So this is our answer. So let's see the next question. 3 candidates A, B and C contested an election. Out of the total votes in the voting list, 25% did not vote and 6.66 votes were polled invalid. C got 2450 valid votes, which was 40% more than that of B. If A got only 40% of the total votes, then who is the winner? So this is our question. We will take it as, say, let total number of votes be x. Let total number of votes be x. Alright. The percentage of people who did not vote is equal to the percentage of people who did not vote is given as 25%. So percentage of people who voted is equal to x minus 100% x minus 25% x is given as 75% x, right, is equal to 75%. So this is the number of percentage of the total population was voted. So the number of polled votes, right, the number of polled votes is equal to 75% of x, that is equal to 0.75 x. Okay, this is the total number of people who have voted. Next is percentage of people in which is invalid, right, percentage of polled votes which are invalid is equal to 6.66%. That is, invalid votes is equal to 0.067 x, right. So this is the percentage which were invalid votes. Therefore valid votes is equal to 0.75 x minus 0.067 x, right, which is equal to 0.7 x. So first I will just explain once more. First, let total number of votes be x. Percentage of people who did not vote is 25%, and so therefore percentage of people who voted will be 75%. Then polled votes will be equal to 75% of x, which will be equal to 0.75 x. Then percentage of polled votes which are invalid, that is equal to 6.66%. Therefore invalid votes equals 0.067 x, that is from the total numbers. Therefore valid votes is equal to 0.75 x minus 0.75 x minus 0.67 x, which would be equal to 0.7 x. So we minus this from this, right. that is 0.75x minus 0.67x, right? So then what we have to find out in the question? If A got only 40% of the total votes, then who is the winner? That is, I will write it here. A gets only 40% of total votes, right? Which implies A equals 0.4x, right? This is what is given in the question. We also have, I'll write it here, A plus B plus C equals 0.7x, right? Here the valid votes are only 0.7x. We also know this, so therefore we also know that A got 0.4% of x, so we will write it here 0.4x plus B plus C equals 0.7x. Therefore B plus C equals 0.7x minus 0.4x. Therefore B plus C equals 0. Minus 0.7 from minus 0.4, we get 0.3x. Therefore we can say that this implies A is greater than B plus C, right? Since B here is 0.4 and B plus C is only 0.3x, we can say A got greater votes than both A and B added together. Therefore we can say A is the winner.